fading fast. Your eyes tell stories of darkness, secrets that my shadows cast. Alice in my veins, a burning ache. Alice in my veins, a touch of dread. Alice in my blood.
Welcome to my flood. Check.
Sunrise paints the window pane. Overslept and lost again. My hands reach out to hold you. Clutching smoke, I go right through you. Alice in my veins, here we go again. Alice in my head, beginning at the end. Alice in my blood.
Welcome to my flood. Oh yes, welcome to my flood. Hi everybody, welcome. I got hello, hi. Like it? Mic's on. Okay, we're good. Sometimes I get carried away and I'm singing along with my own stuff, which is super fun these days. It really does. I had all this stuff stored up after all this time, and now I can finally make it happen. So I am. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Day two of never-ending peace in the Middle East. We won, and we won like awesomely. So like, shut up already, okay? And like, I don't want anybody saying like that we didn't like totally win, okay? Because we totally did, and we're like totally winning, even though this strait is closed still. But it's like emotionally open, okay? And only an asshole would call, this true and enduring peace in the Middle East, this ceasefire, a fragile truce. With the VP JD Vance calls ceasefire with Iran fragile truce. Son of a man, this is what happens. This is why we can't have nice things. Let's I don't know, is this supposed to be a quiet part loud, a shocking truth that squeaks out somehow?
I have the opportunity now to ask you about Iran. There are latest developments. I think
Yes, if you listen very carefully when he is asking this question, you could hear a little funk out of, the buttocks of the JD Pants over here.
very positive developments during the night.
Yes, Vigo, you are like the buzzing of flies to him. No pictures, please. Slides are available in the gift shop. Sorry, Peter McNichols is a fucking genius.
That we received, that there is a ceasefire. What can we do know more about
CSL, man, you are fast on the draw. He just popped a Vigo in the chat.
the latest developments in the Middle East?
Yes, that's why I was a little late.
And would you like a espresso, maybe with a little lemon twist? It's good. You should try it. I make it myself. No, it's not too much trouble. No, don't be stupid.
This morning, I was very late last night, and talking
Boo fuckity who?
about that. Look, I do think there are good developments here, and let me just say a few things. First of all, what the
By the way, he does this a bunch. Let me just say a few things. This is where the remarks are just blathered. This is like, it's like somebody walking to the front of a train and going, let me just steer the train off the tracks for a moment.
president set out to do was decimate the Iranian military.
No, I think it was obliterate the nukes, and then that happened, and then he was like, I'm not done.
Decimate their ability to wage conventional war, and that
Which, by the way, is not a reason for conducting war on anybody else unless they've attacked you first. Conventional war, the ability, like, we didn't have a fucking treaty with them where they couldn't have a military.
military objective, as the president said yesterday, as I said yesterday, has been achieved. And because of that, what the president did is he basically issued an ultimatum to the Iranians. He said, open up the straits, stop trying to hold the world's,
Which they didn't do. But please continue.
Economy hostage and will engage in a ceasefire. And that's exactly the agreement that we came to.
I gotta tell you, you're looking at this elephant from the wrong direction. I think you think a trunk is a tail. It's more like they were closing the strait, and he was so afraid of what it was doing to the economy that he bent to what they wanted to get them to reopen it, which they aren't.
Last night, the Iranians have agreed to open up the straits.
And scene.
The United States has agreed to stop attacking, and that, not just the United States, but also our allies have agreed to stop attacking, and that is the basis of this fragile truce that we have, which is now 8 to 12 hours old.
Fragile truce that is 8 to 12, and it explains his hat head right now.
Now, here's what I'll say about this. I've learned a lot about the Iranian system and a lot about the way the Iranians negotiate.
Oh, you mean the fact that it's still intact and that regime change in this case means the same regime, just different leaders, which happens everywhere? Sorry, do we have a regime change every time we get a new president?
As the president told me last night, the Iranians are better negotiators than they are fighters. I'm sure they don't like to hear that, but it's true. But here's a couple things. So, one, just in the response.
That's, by the way, that's gibberish.
That we've seen from various segments of Iran, you have on the one hand people within Iran who have responded very favorably. The foreign minister who said, look, we agreed to the United States' terms. We'll do a ceasefire. We'll do a negotiation. We'll open the Straits of Hormuz, and then we'll see if we can come to more agreement down the road. So some of the people have responded favorably and have said the right things.
But then why are they saying the opposite right now?
And then you have some people on social media within their system who are basically lying about what we've accomplished militarily.
Oh, right. So what are you going to do? Sue them for copyright infringement? Is that the...
They're lying about the nature of the agreement. They're lying about the nature of the ceasefire. And so you have just, even with...
Which part? Are they lying that it's working or lying that it isn't? Because it's kind of both and also neither.
In their system, and this is why I say this is a fragile truce.
Son of a bitch. It is a ceasefire and we have everlasting peace. So shut your beard.
You have people who clearly want to come to the negotiating table and work with us to find a good deal.
But they're afraid it will blow up.
And then you have people who are lying about even the fragile truce that we've already struck. And that's
lying about a fragile truce. When will we get back together again? It's like a fucking 70s ballad. Lying about a fragile truce. Let me get you a cup of juice. Sit down, have a cookie, and shut the fuck up. You're going. Right.
just an interesting thing about their system. And
it's so interesting.
The final point that I'll say about this is the President of the United States has told me, and he's told the entire negotiating team, the Secretary of State, the Special Envoy, Steve Witkoff, he said, go and work in good faith to come to an agreement. That is,
or the world economy will collapse and it will be my fault and I'll lose all my golf courses.
What he has told us to do. If the Iranians are willing in good faith to work with us, I think we can make an agreement.
Hi, real quick. First of all, your boss is the guy who tore up the last agreement when it was working just fine. So good faith. Yeah. The second part of it is that how do we know they're operating in good faith? Is that just an emotional state of mind? I mean, if we're to believe you, who says they're really working in good faith and you're not bringing a knife to a gunfight, metaphorically speaking, or vice versa? What if they're coming to the table and you blow it up?
If they're going to lie, if they're going to cheat, if they're going to try to prevent even the fragile truce that we've set up from taking place.
Man, he's hammering that fragile truce thing. Right? That's not just that wasn't a slip of the lip. Like he wants that on his campaign shit for 2028. Vance Fragile Truce 2028.
Then they're not going to be happy, because what the president has also shown is that we still have clear military, diplomatic, and maybe most importantly, we have extraordinary economic leverage. So
no, we don't. It's the other way around. We have economic leverage and we have extraordinary military, but we don't have extraordinary economic leverage unless you're talking about against the whole world.
The president has told us not to use those tools. He's told us to come to the negotiating table. But if the Iranians don't do the exact same thing, they're going to find out that the president of the United States is not one to mess around. He's impatient. He's impatient to make progress. He has told us to negotiate in good faith. And I think if they negotiate in good faith, we will be able to find a deal. But that's a big if. And ultimately, it's up to the Iranians how they negotiate. I hope they make the right decision.
God, it's so stupid. Fragile truce. There you go. It's not a ceasefire. It's a fragile truce, which one would presume would entail the waving of a white flag by one side or the other. If I may, let's see. Strait Hormuz closed. Is it open? Is it closed? Well, I don't know. Everybody's so busy, I don't know, negotiating in good faith. It's hard to tell how good. Several vessels received a naval message from the Iranian Navy stating any vessel trying to travel into the sea will be targeted and destroyed. I'm sorry. This unclear. Several vessels received a message from the Iranian Navy, which I thought was gone, but they got 8 boats or something, stating any vessel trying to travel into the sea will be targeted and destroyed. You know, 6 of one, half dozen of another. It's unclear. That's the best way I can put it. And speaking of unclear, I'm sorry to have to show you this part of this, but you know, Keg Breath over here is asked about what we're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks in the air. Oh, good Lord, Luis, bless you. Got my tax return and decided to share. Oh, thank you so much. Hopefully Trump and JD get the 25th Amendment for Christmas. That's the only present I want. I hope Summer's doing well and kicks cancer's ass. She's doing really good. She was at the gym today. She's taking it easy. Not as easy as I would like, but, you know, you got to keep moving. Movimiento es vida. Movement is life. You know, it's crucial at this time. And I'm cooking dinner for her. So maybe make sure I get a heart out at 5 because I'm making, yeah. She got some sides that she wanted me to cook, and it's going to take some prep. So thank you. Oh my God, Luis, thank you very much. So this is Hegseth and General Kane, who reports, according to Maggie Haberman in her new book, Regime Change, that's coming out in June. I've seen, you know, her pushing it and people talking about what's in it, that Kane was against this and was basically for all the reasons that are fairly obvious here. But you know, he follows orders because that's his job. Whereas Keg Breath is basically just a PR flack for whatever, you know, destruction Trump wants. And he's supposed to put like a douchebag, you know, CrossFit Christian veneer over this whole bullshit.
We'll take a few questions.
Alexandra Ingersoll, One America News. First of all, thank you to our troops.
And thank you for being part of One America. There are not 2 Americas, except it feels like it. I don't know what those liberals are up to. They keep caring about the gays and stuff, and I don't understand it. And life was much better when women couldn't have the vote. But my question for you is...
what role is our military playing in escorting vessels through the Strait of Hormuz at this
we aren't.
point? And
Just so you know, we aren't. I don't know if he knows that. I'm sure Kane knows that. We aren't. Zero. No role.
the president said on Truth Social that the U.S. will be hanging around. Make sure everything goes well. Obviously, Mr. Secretary, you just mentioned, you know, we know the scars from hanging around in Iraq for decades. But what does that entail in terms of our military presence at this
Well, we're going to hang around.
juncture?
Yeah, we'll be hanging around.
Yeah, we're going to hang around. You know, hang around like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan, hanging around and, you know, hung around in Vietnam. We did a lot of hanging around there. And then we're just gonna be just gonna dangle, kind of.
We're not going anywhere.
Where are you right now?
We're going to make sure Iran complies with this ceasefire,
Yeah, they're not. So good hanging.
and then ultimately comes to the table and makes a deal. So we'll stay put, stay ready, stay vigilant, as the chairman laid out. Our troops are prepared to defend, prepared to go on offense, prepared to restart at a moment's notice with whatever target package would be needed.
We're a hair trigger. I got to tell you, right now, I don't even understand life unless we're blowing shit up. This is because if we stop this for even a fucking second, it's right back to Epstein and people asking me about the women that I've assaulted. So, boom, war fighters, God is on our side. Hail Mary and pass the mashed potatoes.
In order to ensure that Iran complies. As far as the Strait, you saw the initial agreement that was struck, which is Iran's letting ships go through.
No, they are not.
So they'll be that will be happening. They will
It totally will, and it did, and then that's our position so far.
be sailing, and ultimately, as the president, I mean, we've done an incredible job,
incredible.
militarily inside the Strait of Hormuz. What Admiral Cooper, I failed to mention Admiral Cooper's name. He's done a phenomenal job, along with everybody at AFCENT and NAVCENT and ARCENT and all the components down there, laying the groundwork
And new car sent.
for Iran. Iran doesn't have the same ability to defend it the way they did before.
Yeah, they don't need to. They can do it with speedboats. That's the nature of the strait. Asshole.
And so, as the president has pointed out to the rest of the world, we barely get any of our energy out of the Strait, just a tiny fraction.
Yeah, that still affects the price, stupid. It's a world market. That has no bearing on whether this is good or bad. But I mean, I know he's going to go, why don't they just go get their own fucking oil?
It's time for the rest of the world to step up
Right.
and ensure that
Why? Iran did not control the strait before this. Now they do because of us. So if anybody can, I guess, sue us for the costs of now having to pay Iran to go through there, it would be the people who get it, I guess.
stays open after President Trump and the War Department brought Iran to the place where they are voluntarily opening it right now, as was
Yeah, no, they're not.
announced last night.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yes, Jared.
Yeah, they're not doing it. So that's all right. He also says they it's all bro language. He goes, here's him on the ceasefire.
Iran has been a threat to the United States and the free world for 47 years.
And in theory, still are.
Chants of death to America, targeting our people, killing Americans, lying and blackmailing their way toward a nuclear weapon, so they thought.
Or so you thought. So you sold, I suppose.
No longer. Not on our watch.
Not on our watch. Not while God is on our side. Sorry, I had a religious stroke there for 1 second.
Other presidents marked time and kicked the can down the road.
We kicked children and marked time till we could do it again.
President Trump made history.
Yes, they're right up there with Custer, and
From the strike that took out Qasem Soleimani
which was again an extrajudicial strike in Iraq.
to tearing up the disastrous Obama-Iran deal,
Hama.
to the precision campaign that obliterated Iran's nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer,
Which didn't
to the
actually.
decisive military victory we just achieved in Operation Epic Fury.
Operation Epstein Furry. Again, who says they're not allowed? Any country can have a conventional military to protect themselves and do whatever the fuck they want. If they attack us with it, then we can do something. But
No other president has shown the courage and
or the psychosis.
resolve of this commander-in-chief.
Yes, he is resolved to finish what Project for a New American Century started. But
President Trump forged this moment. Iran begged for this ceasefire.
you know where he got that? I don't know if he actually believes it or just blowing smoke. But Trump says this a bunch, and when they asked him how do you know that? How do you know they're begging for a ceasefire? And he's like, because he's watching videos of the bombing, because it's his new like limp noodle fapping material. He's like, they must be asking for us to stop. That's his response. They must be begging for us to do something. They must be like, we're just knocking them out. Like, showing the same 9 trucks getting blown up over and over again, asshole.
And we all know it.
Dogs know it.
As the President Truth this morning, a big day for world peace.
Well, that settles it.
Iran wants it to happen. They've had enough.
His weird thing about like reading the last 3 words of a statement for emphasis. I gotta tell you, like, I know what he's trying to do, but it's like, it's so flaccid.
Operation Epic Fury was a historic and overwhelming victory on the battlefield.
Well, all right. Well, then that settles it. Let's just all call it, and we'll just hit it hard on Monday then.
A capital V military victory.
All caps. I mean, why just one letter?
By any measure, Epic Fury decimated Iran's military and rendered it combat ineffective for years to come.
Well, apparently they can still threaten boats in the strait. They just did it in like an hour ago.
You see, in less than 40 days, one of our combatant commands, Central Command, CENTCOM, using less than 10% of America's total combat power.
Yeah, but you're including like the communication systems and satellites and all that other stuff. I don't necessarily think. I think you're just doing by billable hours.
Dismantled one of the world's largest militaries.
Debatable.
The world's leading state sponsor of terrorism proved utterly incapable of defending itself, its people, or its territory.
Right, against a military the size of ours. That's not surprising. That's true of almost every country on the planet. Again, this isn't about could, this is about should.
We untied just a fraction of our strength, and Iran suffered a devastating military defeat. Together with our Israeli
I don't know that he's convinced.
partners, America's military achieved every single objective.
Nope. No, they got about half their missiles left. They got, I mean, we don't know totally, but at least a third of their military hardware is, hidden away in a bunch of different places, and they're still in control of the country.
On plan,
Like the IRGC still has like millions of soldiers.
on schedule, exactly as laid out from day one.
No. Well, first of all, you never told us what the actual schedule was, so you can't claim that you met every marker in it without us being able to check.
Iran's Navy is at the bottom of the sea, whether it's the Soleimani class,
Well, the subs are hiding there.
their frigate class, their prized drone aircraft carriers, submarines, mine layers, sunk.
Those are called mine droppers. And also, subs sink. That's what they do.
Iran's Air Force has been wiped out. Iran no longer has
Did it really have much of one? I mean, we've heard about it for a long time, but I mean, it's like an adult beating up an 8th grader and going, he had a gun. We never found it on him, but trust me, I did knock it away right at the beginning of the fight.
as an air defense, any sort of a comprehensive air defense system. We own their skies.
Yeah, they shot down an F-15. We had to send in a bunch of people. We lost 2 helicopters and an A-10 Warthog going in after them. No, you don't.
Their missile program is functionally destroyed.
But systematically functional.
Launchers, production facilities, and existing stockpiles depleted and decimated.
Yeah, depleted and decimated are different things. Depleted means there's still some left. Decimated means they're destroyed. So obviously there are leftover missiles that are not decimated.
And almost completely ineffective. Iran shot
Almost.
hundreds and hundreds of missiles and one-way attack drones at our aircraft carrier. They were obsessed with it. And they never got even close.
Yeah, I don't know where we were parked.
Every single one of those shots easily shot down
Yeah, 101 shots, and we 101 and boom, boom, bing, bing, bong.
miles and miles away from the Abe Lincoln. They were blowing ammo into Fantasyland.
And that sounds like something you do in the Oval.
Contrast that with, most significantly, in last night's wave of more than 800 strikes, we finished completely destroying Iran's defense industrial base. Significantly, in last night's wave of more than 800 strikes, we finished completely destroying Iran's defense industrial base,
How do you know?
core pillar of our mission objective.
Yeah, how do you know? I mean, you might have you hit 800 sites, or you hit 4 sites 200 times a pop, I guess. But does that mean they don't have, drone and missile factories in downtown Tehran and in the other major cities? Because that's a good way to go. This is so stupid.
What little they have left buried in bunkers is all they will have.
It might be all they need.
They can still shoot, we know that. Their command and control is so decimated they can't really talk and coordinate. So they still may shoot here and there, but that would
Here and there.
be very, very unwise. But they
That would be very, very unwise. Why are you looking at me?
can no longer build missiles,
They can buy them.
build rockets, build
They can buy them.
launchers, or
They can buy those too.
build UAVs. Their factories have been
Yeah, they can build UAVs.
razed to the ground, set back in historic fashion. You see, had Iran refused our terms,
They did.
the next targets would have been their power plants, their bridges, and oil and energy infrastructure. Targets
War crimes.
they could not defend.
Well, they had a plan, which was they had civilians lining the bridges and standing around the power plants.
And could not realistically rebuild. It would have taken them decades, and we were locked and loaded.
Yeah, aren't you always?
They couldn't defend against it. President Trump had the power to cripple Iran's entire economy in minutes.
Yeah, every president has had that.
But he chose mercy.
He chooses mercies. He's choosing the mercies.
He spared those targets because Iran accepted
He chickened out. He got people were yelling at him, and he just stopped.
the ceasefire under overwhelming pressure. The new Iranian regime under
Listen to his breath when he says that.
fire under overwhelming pressure. The new
There's a little shudder in there. This is what happens when you were in the room listening to all this happen, and it's not true. You don't have like the plausible deniability of someone handing you paper like Caroline Levitt. You can go out and say whatever the fuck you want, full of vim and vigor, right? Just shouting at we won, we fucking won. Look, it says here, if you were there going, oh my God, this is some shaky shit going on. That's when you, in between sentences, are going,
Iranian regime understood that a deal was far better than the fate that awaited them. This new regime just happened to look at what happened to their predecessors.
they happen to look at what happened
Their top leadership was systematically eliminated.
by Israel.
The previous Iranian supreme leader, dead.
Yeah, Israel got him.
The Supreme National Security Council secretary, dead.
So they should just not get a council secretary anymore. I mean, they can use a note-taking app, I guess.
The Supreme Leader Office advisor, dead.
Oh, great. We got the person who buys coffee filters
The Supreme Leader Military Office Chief,
and pens.
dead. The Defense Minister, no longer with us. The IRGC
Oh, you broke up? I'm sorry to hear that. You must be devastated.
Commander, dead.
Well, they have a new one.
The Armed Forces General Staff Commander, dead.
They have a new one of those too.
The Intelligence Minister, dead.
Well, I mean, obviously, if he wasn't privy to the plan that killed everybody else and he was in the room with him, he wasn't really good at his job. So I think whoever was like, you know what, you guys go ahead. I'm going to stay back here. That's the new intelligence minister, and he probably was slightly more intelligent.
The IRGC Navy commander, no longer here.
He was in Washington.
The IRGC intel chief, dead.
I love how he's like dead. Okay. Okay, we dropped 20,000 tons of bombs. We nailed that shit. Got 8 corpses to show for it. Okay? Stop asking me questions.
I skipped over a bunch, and I could go
Yeah. I'd probably just wrap it up.
on and on and on, to include the so-called new supreme leader wounded and disfigured.
Which is weird. Like, Al Capone was disfigured,
This new
still was a bit troublesome.
regime was out of options and out of time,
But they weren't out of missiles.
so they cut a deal.
And they're not out of drones. And no, they didn't cut a deal. There's no deal yet. The ceasefire is so you guys can try and cut a deal.
They know this agreement means that they will never, ever possess a nuclear weapon.
Do they? Or do they know that this will give them cover to get one as quick as possible because it's the only chance they have of surviving as a country going forward?
Under the terms,
The Iranian regime version of it, not the people of Iran, obviously.
any nuclear material they should have will be removed.
By whom? So we're sending in troops for that? Good times.
Any material, they should not have.
Oh, I see. So yeah, you're right. We're going to take everything. Everything. It's like we're in Unforgiven. Take everything a man's ever had and always ever going to have,
Will be removed.
except for that Coke can. Why is that in the shot? Can't we CGI that out later? Too expensive? Never mind.
Right now, their dust is deeply buried and watched 24/7
Well, it is a desert.
overhead. The president has been clear from the beginning there will be
Sorry, you might want to just say nuclear dust so people aren't just.
no Iranian nuclear weapons. Period. Full stop. Other
Your
presidents
mama.
said it. President Trump did it.
Did what?
Operation Epic Fury. Less than 6 weeks. Clear mission. Decisive action. Overwhelming firepower.
Bullshit ceasefire still going on.
America first. A historic battlefield victory.
You can tell it is because I'm looking right at you. And you can see in my face that I kind of feel like an asshole, but it's the role I was born to play.
For decades, Iran killed Americans with roadside bombs in Iraq, using cowardly proxies to do their dirty work.
Well, the proxies are the ones that did that. They were the ones that, yeah.
While they hid safely in Tehran.
Yeah, but it was the proxies that actually wanted the land.
They struck our embassies with car bombs and attacked from the shadows, never daring to face us toe to toe.
Like the wussies that they are.
They thought they could bleed America with impunity. Well, they just learned the hard way what happens when you try to fight us directly.
When you try to fight us? I've never been trotified before. Have you guys ever been trotified? I mean, I hear it's fun, but it also can chafe.
And even when they got lucky, one time in
4 times.
days, and down to
And by the way, he's not even counting the 13 soldiers that we lost.
of our pilots, they couldn't hold them. In a
Well, they could hold them if they found them, but they didn't. We found them first.
daring 14-hour rescue operation, 7 hours in daylight and 7 hours of night, both pilots were recovered safely. Not once, but twice.
What'd you do? Put them back and then go get them again just to be fucking macho?
A daylight thunder run right up the middle of their country.
Well, my goodness, this is getting all flirty. Right up in the. How dare they? Right up in the middle of their country. That's a little. That's a little much.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid.
A midnight raid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I settle for a midnight raid. All right.
Right
I'm just stuck in 70s mode right now.
up the middle of their country.
Right up the middle of their country. Seem a little fixated on going right up the middle of their, right there in the crack of my ass.
Boots on the ground.
Also bad. Why did we have to have boots on the ground? Because they shot down one of our pilots. When you were saying we could just hang, and Trump was like, we could just fly around all day. They can't do shit. Boots on the ground.
Zero.
By the way, this is also, I gotta say, this is probably the most important part of this entire bullshit statement because it's all nonsense. But you'll notice when people started, do we have boots on the ground? Are we going to do boots on the ground when this collapses? Because it will. He's going to go, we've already had boots on the ground. We've done it. You know, this is just another circumstance where we're going to have boots on the ground.
American casualties. The Iranians humiliated and demoralized. We control their fate, not the other way around. That's why they came to the table.
Oh, sorry. I'm glad they came to the table, not on it.
Iran's defeat is America's retribution for every American lost to Iranian terror, especially those brave troops killed by Iranian-made roadside bombs in Iraq that my generation knows so well.
Yeah, this sounds a lot like Bush going, well, after all, he tried to kill my dad.
And for the suffering their regime has inflicted around the world. Now we have a chance at real peace.
Well, a fragile truce.
And a real deal. The War Department, for now, has done its part. We stand ready in the background to ensure
So you can go to rehab now or
Iran upholds
take some time off.
every reasonable term. And as everyone knows, nobody makes a better deal than President Trump.
Well, we've actually seen the deal now, and no.
To the warriors of epic fury, I say well done. You're the backbone of our country, your
Yeah, you the backbone. Come on, man.
skill, your
Hey there. You the backbone, okay? Let me tell you what. You the
bravery and sheer guts and grit showed the world what America is all about.
space weapons. Sorry. Jewish space lasers.
I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. President is proud of you. Job well done. But stay vigilant.
This is gonna get fucked. You just know it. Don't celebrate yet.
And stay ready.
Stand back and stand by. Where have I heard that before?
To the families of our fallen, your sacrifice was in service of a historic cause, and we will always remember your heroes, our heroes.
Both, I guess.
We will continue to honor them. And to our Israeli allies, thank you for being a brave,
Thank you for being a friend.
capable,
Traveled down the road and bombed it again.
willing ally
Addled ally?
on this battlefield. The rest of the world and the rest of our so-called allies saw what real capabilities look like.
They saw it?
They should take some notes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll do similar. Look at what they've been doing to help out Ukraine. It's in their neighborhood. I mean, I don't necessarily see like Israelis going on bombing runs in the fucking Donbass or in Kosovo for that matter.
Our American warriors deserve the credit for this day. But God deserves all the glory.
That's right. Allah Akbar.
Tens of thousands of sorties, refuelings, and strikes carried out under the protection of divine providence. A massive effort with miraculous protection.
Except the part where they shot down one of our planes after we had air superiority in the area, and we didn't think they had any of that shit. And then we lost 3 planes, 2 helicopters and a plane going after the other plane that we lost and stuff. God, what are you doing? Admiral Akbar. All right.
Dude 44 Bravo spoke for all of us. God is good.
Well, I'm sure he would have maybe had a different sentiment, possibly, if we hadn't found him.
The chairman will now provide an even deeper military detail on the historic success of Operation Epic Fury, Mr. Chairman.
The historic sex. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar. Oh, God. All right. Anyways, you get it. Nobody expects this to. Oh, here, I'll show you. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's just jump around. You deserve a little bit of silliness today. I mean, this is about as shite as a circumstance gets. And we got plenty of silliness to choose from. Let me close these windows so I don't have all these open because they tend to be. All right, here we go. Apparently, we used a top secret weapon, and that gave Benny Johnson the opportunity to make another AI. I don't know why our American soldier has been stabbed in the back with an Iranian flag and landed so close to his airplane. Just, I guess, lucky. Insane. And I guess his heart was targeted by a Jewish space laser, and that's how we found him. Ow! Ow! Turn on your hot light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it hit. Find a happy place in Alahuacrato, whatever the name of the place is. What's he doing? Hold on. Is he squeezing? Squeeze the digitit. It will give you power. Why is he? What's the combination for get the fuck out of here? Turn on your hot light. By the way, that song was written for E.T., and they didn't use it. And that was a good choice. It was supposed to be the credits song for E.T., nixed it, but then it became a big hit anyways. Turn on your hot light. What the fuck?
Early on in this term, President Trump promised that we have weapons that nobody even knows what they are, and that they are so powerful that nobody should.
Read the other part of that tweet. Trump wants to tell people that we can teleport stuff so badly. He wants to talk about the fact that we can apparently teleport our soldiers.
Ever
I don't know how you lose. Maybe we didn't lose the 2 helicopters in the A-10. Maybe we just teleported them.
With us. Here's President Trump.
Don't let me go, Murph.
Let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have
Then you understand. We've seen this.
weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it
Well, how do you use it then? How many people have killed themselves with it because they didn't know which end was the naughty end?
is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, not even close.
So Donald Trump followed up that commentary by using the discombobulator to discombobulate Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah, it sounds like the Havana syndrome, Ray, that the Russians were working on, that they more than likely shot at Joe Biden during the debates.
Trump reveals to the Post the secret discombobulator weapon that mysteriously made all of the enemies that were protecting Maduro fall to their knees and start vomiting blood.
Yes, it's basically, that's the God on our side part Hegseth is talking about.
The discombobulator, I'm not allowed to talk about it, Trump said during an Oval Office interview. It made all of the enemy's equipment just not work. I would love to, said the president. They never got their rockets off. They had Chinese and Russian rockets. They never got one off. We came in, they pressed buttons, and nothing worked. They were all set for us. The CIA was, of course, part of the Maduro raid and took their discombobulator in and used it. Apparently, it was a sonic weapon that was also used. This sonic weapon, again,
Yeah, it's a gun that fires hedgehogs.
caused the guards, allegedly, to fall down in a fetal position and to bleed from the ears, eyes, and mouth.
And somewhere else, I'm sure, but they were wearing pants, so
rendering them totally incapable of defending Nicolas Maduro. This is how they were able to snatch him up. Anyway, new weapons on the battlefield. The top tweet in my timeline right now, it's unthinkable that this, like, just a couple of years ago, when we were dead set on losing the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan,
we were.
seemingly
Sorry, how would you actually win those things? What does winning look like? Maybe that was the problem. I think it was.
Goat herders by not using American tech. Now we have Fox News here bragging that we're using suicide drones.
Of course we are. We have those anyways.
It's unthinkable.
No, it's not.
Today, hundreds of U.S. drones are
Yeah, we're copying what Ukraine has managed to do.
fully integrated in the offensive and defensive operations in Iran. CENTCOM's Admiral Brad Cooper bragging that the U.S. forces are launching one-way suicide drones into Iran as part of Operation Epic Fury. This is now a multi-drone campaign war and
Multi-domain drone war. That's what the sentence said. Shithead, when you were trying to read for a second. There's no such thing as a single drone war. So the purpose of saying multi-drone war is pointless. Multi-domain, meaning you use it in several different arenas.
90% of the casualties in the Ukraine war on both sides are because of drones.
Bullshit.
The future is
No. On the Russian side.
horrifying because the future is going to be which drone army can use your AI to kill you the fastest and which drone army can survive the longest using AI. And
Yeah, and using your AI or their AI? What if they destroy your AI that was going to kill you before it gets a chance to kill you? Sorry, I was thinking this through and I got a
now
cramp.
we're finding out that AI is how we actually knew that the pilot was alive and hiding, and exactly where they were hiding using Ghost Murmur. You ever heard of Ghost Murmur? Yeah, here we go. The secret, never before used CIA tool that helped find airmen downed in Iran. If your heart is beating, we will find you. The CIA used a futuristic new tool called Ghost Murmur to find and rescue the second airman who was shot down in southern Iran. The Post
They also had a tracking device that he went, I'm setting my GPS position now. Beep, deep, 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 deep.
learned. The secret technology used long-range quantum magnetometry.
That's a rough one. Magnetometry? Really? That's work?
To find the electromagnetic fingerprint of a human heartbeat and pairs the data with artificial intelligence software to isolate the signal.
Gone are the days when we were accidentally picking up goats and saying, good job, young man. We've saved you. You're going back home. Wait a minute. Was Erickson this furry when we picked? That's not him. Not having a uniform on should have. You know what? No. Don't let her go. Put her in the back.
From background noise, two sources close to the breakthrough said. So, okay, so they're finding people based on their heartbeats.
Turn on your hot light.
Using this long range
Long Wayne. That's one of his Pornhub searches.
quantum scope
Say magnetometry. Say it again. Say it.
and scrape of the
It's easier to say scrape than magnetometry.
information and data. This is insane. It was a tool
It's not insane at all. It's actually just science.
first used in the field by the spy agency. So this was first used in the finding of the downed airman from the F-15E that crashed.
Yeah, a lot of these things are, a lot about this war is just a test market for defense contractors.
It was alluded to Monday afternoon by President Trump and CIA Director John Ratcliffe at the White House briefing. It's like hearing a voice in a stadium, except the stadium is 1,000 square miles of desert.
Right. So it'd probably be easier to pick out a single voice in that than in a stadium. Yeah.
A source briefed on the program told the Post. In the right conditions, if your heart is beating, we will
In the right conditions where no other hearts are beating for 600 miles.
find you. Whoa. This source and others with the knowledge of the Lockheed Martin intelligence collection tools told the Post that Ghost Murmur was developed by Skunk Works, the aerospace giant's secret advanced development division.
Secretive.
A company declined to comment.
It's not secret because you know the name of it. Skunk Works is an actual thing. So it's not secret. It's secretive. That's why that word has meaning.
The The technology has been successfully tested on Black Hawk helicopters for future potential use in F-35 fighter jets, second source says. The missing and wounded weapons systems officer, known publicly only as Dude 44 Bravo, was hiding in the mountain crevice.
That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
His F-15 was shot down.
Nice marmot.
Surviving days in the desolate terrain as Iranian troops scoured and searched for him, a bounty on his head. The relatively barren landscape made for an ideal first operational use of Ghost Murmur, the source said.
Nice marmot.
The name is deliberate. Murmur is a clinical
Which is a specific kind of murmur
term for a heart rhythm. A ghost refers to somebody who's finding, for all practical purposes, disappeared. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay. That's what the article says. So there's a thing. That's
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
It was about as clean of an environment as you could ask for because
there's nothing around.
low electromagnetic interference, almost no competing human signatures, and at night, the thermal contrast between a living body and the desert floor, which gave operators secondary confirmation layer. Normally, the signal is so weak that it can't be measured in a hospital setting with sensors pressed nearly against the chest, the source said. Wow.
Wow. It's amazing. So they found him with thermal imaging because he was alone in the desert and you can see him from the air.
But advances in the field of quantum magnetometry.
There you go. You got through it.
Specifically, sensors built around microscopic defects in the synthetic diamonds.
In synthetic diamonds, not in the synthetic diamonds. He's not made up of. This hurts.
Have apparently made it possible to detect these signals dramatically greater distances. The capacity is not
At dramatically greater. Fuck me.
Omniscient. It works best in
Oh, god damn. Seriously, can any of these motherfuckers read?
remote, low clutter environments and requires significant processing time. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you have it. You're reading the thing.
Bragging about a new weapon. CIA used a tool.
That's not a weapon, stupid. It's not a weapon. They didn't kill him with it. It's not a weapon. It's a recovery tool.
Called Ghost Murmur to find the airman. Find your heartbeat. Donald Trump
All right.
saying they found a needle in a haystack.
Which is way easier than finding a piece of hay in a needle stack, I would just say.
As he introduced CIA Director John Ratcliffe.
Also, no. A human being alone in the desert can be visible from space. So no, he wasn't under the mountain.
On Saturday morning,
The CIA made a
primary objective
Oh, is that who that is, G?
video out of it.
and providing confirmation.
Not used to seeing CIA hype videos.
Best and bravest was alive,
The CIA was very responsible for finding this little speck.
still invisible to the enemy, but not to the CIA.
So there you go. Invisible to the enemy, but not to the CIA.
Yeah, those were the words we heard. Fuck me. I can't, I don't understand how that show is a thing. Is that what he just, because all he does is have 900 X windows open and just clicks through them going, look at this. Oh shit, look at this. Look at that. Let me click on, oh wow, look at that. Is that a thing? Probably wrong. I don't know, maybe. That just hurts. So they tried it in the field and they were able to see him, but it wasn't primarily how they found him. They just used it. They doubled up with it. They were using other sources. That's how they found. Okay, it's just, dude, they're always going to experiment and see if something works, you shithead. Now, I don't know how anybody could question the ceasefire like it's, oh dear. Hit the like, share the show. It's Hal Sparks, Mega Worldwide. Report. Iran just closed the Strait of Hormuz again?
So I was going to talk to you about a story about scientists, disappearing and dying and everything else. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, the UFO scientists. This is a big one on the right. This is one of their great in case of emergency, and that emergency being you have to talk about what a failure this war is, or the Epstein files. Go to UFOs immediately, and especially the missing scientists that have to do with UFOs. Like 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them have gone missing in the last year or so. Now, the problem we have is we don't know how many scientists work on the concept of UFOs in the government at any given time. So, 4 out of 1,500 isn't weird. 4 out of 12, right? Okay.
Tomorrow, because it's an important story.
It's so important.
And an important way to look at it.
We've got to find out. Pardon me, I have to go to the bathroom.
Captain's log.
All right. I find a spot. Don't go in there.
But something broke here just in the last few minutes, and I think we need to spend some
your wind. All right.
Time on this. So there was movement in the Straits of Hormuz today.
No, there was not.
And then it has been stopped. And
you mean you were told there was movement, and then when you looked, there was none. And so in your limited perception window with your, I can't mention this could possibly be Trump's fault, horse blinders on, you can't tell that there was never any activity.
Iran has stopped the ships from being moved because they said that Israel has violated the ceasefire. I'm not sure Israel was part of that deal. I'm not sure they weren't part of that deal, but
I went through all. What the hell? I went through all the goddamn points this morning. It's the Iranian news released the 10 points. You can see a translated version of them. We know exactly, and part of it was, I think number 6 was Israel will stop attacking Hezbollah. It's in there. And we agreed to it, and apparently didn't tell the Israelis, or they just said, fuck you. This isn't our deal. What are you, dumb?
They were firing, if I'm not mistaken, they were firing
100 rockets into Lebanon.
On Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, that was clear that was not part of the deal.
It was part of the deal. Yesterday, it was clearly part of the deal.
Jason, can you bring in any more information?
Yeah, Jason, would you do us all a favor and tell Glenn how wrong he is
on this?
Because he's not hearing me.
Yeah, so this is breaking news. This is just coming out. We had reports from.
By the way, are you trying to come in third in a whatever get her done competition?
The Pakistani prime minister that there was some.
If he's wearing booty shorts, I don't know what is the dress code at the Blaze these days. All right. What the hell?
Violations of the ceasefire going on. Now we see that the Iranians are accusing the Israelis of breaking that ceasefire, and
which they were not party to. So,
and because of that, they are saying they are halting all traffic in or out of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, as you just said, if you look into this, they're specifically irritated about Israel attacking Hezbollah and Lebanon, which is very odd because these are one of those things that kind of go back and forth on who
started it,
included this in the 10-point plan, who did not. It seems like
it doesn't matter. That's the 10 points that Trump agreed to, and it's all the fucking Iranian stuff.
They don't even really know. And then when the president was asked by PBS about this morning, the president said, yeah, that was never even included in the deal.
It's included in the deal.
So again,
right,
along with your Valkyrie theory, who the heck knows?
Excuse me, the Lord and our blessed Savior, Donald Trump, he knows all, okay? Or, hold on, or my name is not or my name is not Karen LaKaren, okay? Let me tell you something. No one questions Donald Trump. He's got a plan, and he's playing 7D chess. And now I don't know if that's a game or the kind of boobs that Noam's husband likes. But let me tell you what right now. We will go no further, okay? Just count it twice and check it once and forget about it until you remember it again, all right? Because Karen has spoken. I figure if we're all playing dress up today, Jesus Christ.
Who's in charge?
Well, who's in charge?
You're talking about our government, right? I'm just checking.
In case you missed that, I said last hour, Project Valkyrie. If you just go back and watch the movie Valkyrie with Tom Cruise, just watch the last part.
Yeah, skip to the end.
The whole thing is we got to kill Hitler. And
oh, spoiler alert. Way to go, dummy. Boo. I thought it was about a little-known Marvel character.
That's because part of the army wants to surrender, or not surrender, but make...
Maybe watching the whole movie does help.
Come to terms with the West.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of as they say in there, instead of an unconditional surrender where we lose everything, we can end it right now and show the world that there are sane people that are running this country that didn't want anything to do with this. And so we can make a deal, but we got to kill.
But enough about Democrats.
Hitler. And so they try to kill Hitler. Obviously, they fail.
Yeah, apparently it never occurred to anybody to spike his Pervitin.
But there is this moment after they try to kill Hitler. They think they might have succeeded. And Project Valkyrie was to say the military is now in charge of everything. Go round up all the SS. There's been a coup in the country. And they could have actually ended the war had they done it. But there was the other side, the Nazis, that did not want to do a deal with the West.
Weird.
Obviously. And then the real problem was the generals that were in the middle saying,
God, this is so fascinating. I feel like I'm just learning so much about how not to watch a movie.
I'll go either way, but I'm going to go with the winning side. And so there was this moment where nobody was really in charge because you didn't know who. Hitler was thought to be dead, and it was very close to him losing control of the whole country. And at the last minute,
Jesus Christ, get on with it.
Gets on the phone and he's starting to talk to everybody. He goes like, "I am alive," and so the whole thing fell apart.
I'm alive.
That's what's happening on the ground now in Iran, is those final scenes of Valkyrie. You don't
No, it isn't.
know who's in charge. You just don't know. And so you could have had a deal that didn't include...
Yeah, but where's the point in Valkyrie where Winston Churchill declared that they were talking to the new leaders of Germany and that the war was over and that we'd already won it and D-Day will be called off? Where's that? Where's that part of this thing?
Iran, but others who think they're in charge of the country, maybe it's the IRGC, they think that, no, that was included in the plan. And so they're going to act this way. I mean, it's apparent we may have to whittle down some more people.
That's what we're doing? Operation Whittle Down?
Unfortunately, may have to kill more.
You know what? Actually, that's a better name. Whittle Down. He's a whittle boy, and he's going to whittle it down.
More of the leadership until you...
Operation Whittle Penis.
Get to a point to where leadership is like, okay, they're going to kill all of us here. And somebody starts to say, like they did with Project Valkyrie, we have got to do something or we're all going to be wiped out. And hopefully some of that thinking starts to happen.
It's so dumb. It's like, look, I understand we occasionally will get a clip from from Glenn Beck's show. I don't pre-watch these things, again, because why would I torture myself twice? But we occasionally get one where it's clear that he is just rambling to get to the commercial break. And this is one of those times, clearly.
You know, there was a story in the New York Times that shows
all 10 points.
You know how this came together. And if it is true, it makes Israel look kind of dicey. You know, would you agree?
Kinda.
Ricky?
Yeah, the entire exchange was like someone was in the room, like the reporter was in their room. But they talk about how Israel tried to pitch President Trump that, you know, now is.
This is Maggie Haberman's piece, by the way. Thank you for the super chat. Bless you.
The time and gave him intelligence that suggested that
it's a FAP.
Regime change might be possible. When President Trump, it's reported that when President Trump asked General Kane what he thought, he said, in my experience, standard operating procedure for the Israelis. They oversell and their plans are not always well developed. They know they need this, and that's why they're hard selling. Mr. Trump weighed the assessment, they say. Regime change, he said, would be their problem. He is alleged to have said that he is just comfortable with taking out the Ayatollah, the IRGC.
That would be the regime. What? Sorry, it's the Israelis' problem, but we'll do the heavy lifting.
Their military options.
You get all the office managers.
And in the end, he made the decision. And like you've been saying for weeks, it's not really about being led by the nose by Israel. It's about making sure we take out their nuclear abilities to destroy us.
Correct.
We already did that last year, allegedly. So obviously you feel lied to by Donald Trump, and it's got to sting.
Because that's the part that affected us. What affects Israel is what affects Israel. They want regime change. You can have that. We're not part of it. But people will look at that and say, you know, see, there's Israel doing it. Well, no, again, I go back to the president made the decision. Yes. Right. You're so close to it. Had everybody, all of his other advisors in the
everybody said it. It was him.
Room listening. And he went to Raising Cane, who is great. And Raising Cane said what? You know, Mr. President, I think this is standard operating procedure for them. The president decided not to go with Israel, but to go, you know what? I'm going to take it so far.
What? No. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the exact opposite of what happened. Kane was saying that's the Israelis overpromise and underdeliver, and that they're trying to lead you into this by saying the threat is higher than it is. They're yellow caking you. And Kane said, it's been in my experience that that's what they tend to do. And Trump went with Israel. Trump went with what Netanyahu's people said. Trump ignored Kane. This is exactly the opposite of what it says in the article. Like, he's just flat out, he's just talking out of his ass. I don't even know if this qualifies as a misreading of the article. I don't think he actually read it. I think he saw headlines or other people in the office told him about it before he came in.
They want to do that. That's up to them.
No, we did it. And there is no like, all right, you guys do regime change. We'll just take out the Ayatollah. What the hell?
And so I guess the point I want to make here is.
Your objection, Your Honor. This evidence has not been proven or placed into evidence or placed it into the docket at all. I don't think there is a point, and they have not shown one at any point, and all of our time is being wasted. I rest my case, Your Honor.
You don't have to like Israel. You don't have to agree with their policies. You don't have to agree with the way they fight.
Phew.
You know, it bothers me when people say Israel has a right to exist. I think I used to say that until I really understood it. Because
they don't?
It's poor phrasing.
Right. It's the grammar.
Israel doesn't have a right to exist. Neither does America. We have to fight for that right to exist.
That's a way better.
Jews have a right to live.
And the rest of us don't. No, that's not where.
They have a right to defend their own homeland. It was given to them legally.
Like most countries.
Is their homeland. They can defend it the way they choose to defend it.
Right. Even if that defense means destroying it. Sure.
We don't have a right. You would not accept the right of Canada and the UN and everybody else telling us how we could fight wars. If we felt our lives were at stake, our very republic was at stake, you would say, go pound sand. We have a right to defend ourselves. We're going to be wiped out. But that doesn't mean the rest of the world has to like it. Doesn't mean we have to even like it. They have a right to defend
again, straw man
themselves. And we don't have to be involved in it. If the president decides and we are, the kind of public that says, you know what, I agree with him, we can change our mind at any time, but we don't have to be involved in that.
Yeah, we do. If he decides, that's the whole point of the fucking article.
We do have to say Jewish people have a right to live.
Well, sorry. I would assume that doesn't that fall into your all lives matter thing?
They have a right to live.
Okay, got that. All right. I think that's in the Constitution, but not specifically.
And this homeland,
something about life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and everybody. But yeah,
and was given to them legally. It's theirs to defend and theirs to lose. It's theirs to lose, and they know that. They know.
Do they
know that? They're going to lose it or win it. It'll be up to them. Period. Now, when it comes to shutting down the straits, yeah,
you've run out of time blathering, and you've got to deal with the actual news of the hour.
I wonder what this is going to mean to the president.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you looking for some consistency, or do you smell almonds?
I mean, if they shut it down and we don't get Pakistan back on the phone and get the strait opened up, right away, this is
yes, because Pakistan is in charge of.
Going to be a problem. We're going to go back. They're going to go back to seeing bombs. And I have a feeling we're going to get there anyway.
That's the spirit. Wow. You've just lost all faith in Donald Trump. Now what are you going to do? Go to Disneyland. All right.
Because I don't think
much
the people that are in the IRGC have been humbled enough. I don't think
That's what it is. This is Operation Epic Humility.
Realize how bad of a position they're in. Hopefully, we realize the situation, the truth of the situation.
Which would be?
If it's a bad situation for us, we recognize that as well. But
what would be the bad part of the situation?
I don't think they get it at all.
I don't get what the fuck you're talking about.
There was something else that really bothered me.
Yeah. I'm sure. Was it math or English?
There was a story about the ghost murmur.
Oh my God. Bye. No. Sorry, we're not going to we've already heard the dumbest take on this. Is he going to try and top that?
And I don't even want to get into the technology.
Thank you. Because you can't.
But do you remember, what was it, Monday? The president came out and gave a speech. And he had the CIA, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're on the same. He gets the same talking points Benny gets.
Hegseth, somebody else. And they all spoke about the rescue mission and how amazing it was. And
it's totally awesome.
Then he turned it over to the CIA. And he said the CIA has some things that nobody even knows. It's technology. It's great. It's crazy. We can find a needle in a haystack. And we wouldn't have been able to find them without this technology.
Which is not true.
And
it literally is not true. They had a beacon. They had, night vision. They had heat sensors. They had, all kinds of stuff when they were looking for them the first time. And they tested this to see if it was correct, but they didn't rely on it.
He's like, I don't know what can be said, what not. I'm going to turn it over to the head of CIA. And I'll have to put him in jail if he reveals it, but he's not going to reveal it. But I'll let him, parse this out what he can. So he does. He doesn't tell us anything about it. Nothing about it. Now
that's because he doesn't understand any of it.
There's a story about the ghost murmur, about the technology that we have. And it is quantum technology.
Oh, I skipped magnetometry as well.
If that person doesn't go to prison for releasing this. There is no such thing as top secret or.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, there, whoops. Back up. Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Open image in new tab. I'm going to show you something. High sensitivity diamond quantum magnetometer for ambient magnetoencephalography. You're welcome. Eat that, fucking Benny Johnson. Magnetoencephalography. Whew. You're right. That boy could use his tongue and prettier. All right. Diamond quantum magnetometers are promising for realizing ambient condition magnetoencephalography. There's the sensor, it goes over their head. However, diamond quantum magnetometers with sufficient sensitivity for practical MEG have not yet been developed, or have they? Continuous wave optically detected magnetic resonance-based diamond magnetometer. That's what this thing is. Whoops. Hold on, get in here. This thing. Okay. This is a technology that exists. It's just sort of, it has to be right in your face. It has to, you know, be up close. But the idea is that they found a way essentially to put a fucking satellite dish behind it and point into a vacant area, and then it might work. And they were able to find that it worked, whatever. So there are 3 different ways. There's optically pumped magnetometers. There's nitrogen vacancy centers in diamond, and then there's superconducting quantum interference devices, and that's what the SQUIDs. And SQUIDs are more than likely these things. Okay, so this isn't about the yeah, right. It sounds like a battle between Magneto and Professor X. Exactly. That quantum magnetometers. This is actually the part that they're probably talking about. Superconducting quantum interference devices, SQUIDs, are the most sensitive magnetometers available, capable of measuring extremely subtle magnetic fields, including those 100 billion times weaker than the Earth's, using superconducting loops and Josephson junctions. They operate at cryogenic temperatures to detect magnetic flux changes with ultra-high precision, finding critical applications in biomedical imaging, material science, and geophysics. It features a conducting loop interrupted by 2 Josephson junctions, functioning with frequency phase locking mechanisms, stop me if I'm going too fast, to measure voltage changes in response to magnetic flux. RF SQUID, which is utilizes a single junction and a loop coupled with a resonant LC circuit, and then they operate like this. They rely on 3 core quantum mechanical effects: superconductivity, magnetic flux quantization, and the Josephson effect, which takes about 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, so biomedical imaging, that's what you see it normally used for, used in magnetoencephalography to detect weak neural and cardiac signals, right? If you amp that the fuck up, you should be able to spot somebody's heartbeat from, I don't know, however, 100 yards away, miles away, whatever, in a dense area. Material science is deployed as sensitive detectors in SQUID-based magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, for analyzing magnetic properties for materials, and then geophysics for detecting mineral deposits, and in non-destructive testing for subsurface exploration. So this is the area where they probably took this thing, the geophysics part of the SQUID, and they mixed it with the biomedical part and went, hey, there you go. SQUIDs are limited only by quantum effects, providing unrivaled sensitivity for detecting tiny fractions of a flux quantum. Doc, you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Is the University of British Columbia talking about this? Nobody's going to fucking jail talking about this stuff. No one goes to jail, Karen. It's so painfully dumb.
We deployed both human and...
No, sorry, I clicked on Benny for one split second there.
Or national security. Is no such thing as top secret or national security. Whoever revealed that needs to go to prison. You know, you take a picture, a submariner takes a picture on a sub, a picture of just him with stuff in the background, gives it to his family, gives it to his daughter.
Real quick, stupid. I'd like to point out the fact that they might be a bullshitting.
Or whatever. He'll go to jail. He'll go to prison for that. But somebody who is revealing quantum technology that we use,
or may have used or tested or may or may not have a practical use?
No. And this is not, Jason, chime in on this. I don't think this is, you know, a
Jason, we haven't seen your, I guess your, what's the name? On the Beverly Hillbillies, the woman, like, it's been way too long. All right, I've got too much shit floating around in my head for this nonsense.
Coordinated leak. There is no reason to leak. This is a serious leak. This is like saying, you know, in 1943, yeah, let me tell you about the Manhattan Project. It's a nuclear project, and we're building a bomb. That's insanity.
You're going to see some
Yeah,
serious
the
shit.
administration was very careful not to give away too
Sorry,
much on this. And listen to this description
I can't.
of the.
Sorry, I can't hear you
Ghost
over your
Runner.
shirt.
It says the secret technology uses long-range quantum magnetometry.
I'm just enjoying them saying this.
To find the electromagnetic fingerprint of a human heartbeat and pairs the data with AI software to isolate the signature from background noise. There is no way, and it was developed by Skunkworks, one of the most secretive development programs.
At least he said secretive instead of secret.
In the United States. There's no way this was supposed to get out. This is insane.
We knew that they had something that was beyond our imagination.
Yeah, that's not beyond our imagination.
When they can go in and target people and kill them.
Yeah, they have somebody across the street in an office with a pair of fucking binoculars.
In ways we've never been able to do before. When they can find this guy wedged in between rocks and know exactly where he is, and
because there's no other living thing around him,
get him
once the sun goes down and he stands out in infrared
without a beacon that's going off all the time.
He had a beacon that was going off all the time
to try to find him. When the CIA, the president said, if it wasn't for the CIA, we might have never found him.
Yeah, but he's stupid.
Okay. So that's enough. That just should let everybody know the United States has things that you don't even want to think. I said this earlier today.
Oh, God.
I am equally in awe and terrified by what the technology is that we have.
Yeah, that ain't shit, buddy. I mean, it's scientifically impressive, but fuck are you talking about?
Anybody who is, China, you don't think China's working on quantum
magnetometry
computing and quantum weapons?
It's not okay. Again, not a quantum weapon. Shit. This is so aggravating. This is now you understand what I feel like when I'm watching movies like Ex Machina. This is so stupid. It hurts.
Technology? That's not
Thank you,
good to
Richard.
tell them. Why would we do that? Why would we do that?
To get them to chase something that doesn't really exist when reality we just used fucking infrared.
I want to know who leaked that. And
Trump.
I want to know why they're not going to be prosecuted if they're not.
Because he couldn't shut the fuck. Ask him about the discombobulator. What are you talking about? He was like, how many people did we use in this whole operation? And Kane's like, I'd rather leave that top secret, sir. And he's like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll tell you later.
What is the motivation for a leak like that? Is it to scare our enemies, or is it to cozy up to a source? Feel like a big guy or a big girl?
You are going to see, and we haven't seen this yet in the Trump administration. We have not seen people hold on to stories to go out and write a book. Okay,
what? That was the biggest complaint about like Bob Woodward and everybody during the last Trump administration. All these books came out in 2021.
Things about I knew that Joe Biden was dead. I knew he was dead, and we were propping him up like a muppet. But I wrote a book about it. Okay, you're going to see this is such an epic story. You are going to see people now start to leak things and say things to sell a book that will be made into a movie. You watch. If we are not,
Yeah, well, this stuff is dramatic and shitty, sure.
very clear on you do not reveal that. And we
No.
have harsh sentences.
Yeah, you're going to be in so much trouble.
For the top of the line. I don't care if it's a cabinet member.
Yeah, you do.
If you knew about that.
You think Trump's going to turn in one of his own cabinet members when he told them to go tell him about the discombobulator
technology and you release that, you go to prison. We have to be that clear on this. This is national security stuff we're dealing with. And everyone in the world is wondering what the hell.
Then shut up about it, dude.
Does America
shut up
have? We don't tell them.
Yeah, we don't do a whole segment on the show of a shit.
We don't tell them what we have. Make them guess. Because
that's right. What do you think I got? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Because like everything, once you see it, once you know what it is, you're not as afraid of it. When you don't really know what's coming, it's much more terrifying.
Well, that's why you're terrified by magnetic, quantum magnetometers. I mean, that's why you're scared, because I think the syllables frighten you.
That's number one reason. Don't tell them what we have.
Yeah, especially if you don't understand what it is. They might get the wrong idea about what it is. Make sure you know how it works before you tell everybody how it works, okay?
Don't.
Yeah. Deal. That's what settled.
Not good.
I agree. Whatever you do, don't tell them about
Potatoes and chicken.
Son of a bitch. So that's yeah. So they hit 3 spots in that, and I think all of it was to shuffle around, not having to, not wanting to discuss the fact that the Strait of Hormuz is open. Is closed and wasn't open like Trump said it was. Now, as many of you know, I released a new single from a band called Blue Marble, and it's available on all your streaming services. And here it is. Look, it's on Spotify. I'm barely on Spotify. It's on Spotify. So, I have to log in for that. Sorry. Hold on. I think I have am I? Yeah, there you go. This is, there we go. That's available right now. I played it for the major this morning, and he was very impressed. Hey man, that's 3 chords. I'm very proud to have written a 3-chord song. Helmet head, sticking on the tarmac. Moon dust in the folds of my hands. You look up,
but your sky is
crowded.
Tiny screens drowning out the span.
Give it a listen, if you would. So I give it a listen. I hope you enjoy it. I'm very, very happy, very proud of it. It's from the songs I wrote in the 90s that I'm putting on an album for 01 called The Sisyphus Years, that I'm, kind of resurrecting and I've been working through. And this one's new though. This one's fresh. So, yay. Yeah, right. So, that said, why bring that up? Well, apparently, Brewer thinks that because this image is clearer than this image, that this proves that we never went to the moon in the first place. NASA accidentally leaked the truth about the moon landing. This is his take on it.
How many people believe in reality TV?
Reality TV. I mean, I believe it exists. It's a category. It has a lot of shows. I don't believe it's reality. I think that's what you mean.
How many times I explained it? Reality is all scripted.
Is who is.
You know how many marriages I know in Hollywood that are fake?
Besides yours? I don't know. It's 3. I'm 3, 7, 3. No, I'm going to go with 3.
So if they're fake.
Also, what do you mean fake? Like they're just going through the motions for the kids, or, you know, he's really a woman and she's really a man and they're just playing a big trick on everybody?
What else is fake?
Yeah, if you can't believe reality TV, what can you believe?
Is the moon landing fake? Dude.
Yeah, that's standard. Yeah, the Kardashians are the standard for truth.
And then when people go, well, why they lie? Why would they lie? How do they hold a lie? How's the mafia hold lies for that long? How does
they don't
human trafficking become so quiet for that long? How do you keep these secrets?
Well, they don't. We have a lot of arrests. They know it exists. There's not some big thing like human trafficking doesn't exist. What are you talking about? No one's ever done, like, we never landed on the moon and no one's ever done human trafficking, especially during the 1800s.
Government is easy to lie. Listen to this, but if you believe in the moon landing, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And do you really believe we just shot a rocket and it went to outer space and it went to the moon?
Yes.
Play this clip. Play the first. Yeah. Now I want you before
this
you
is
play.
The first time.
Yeah. All right. I want you. This is a guy. You're out there paying taxes. You work every day. You know how many billions of dollars you, me, worldwide. We, instead of paying for more to help alcoholism, instead of paying to teach people spirituality and
sorry, this is something the government's supposed to do,
and how to use their instinct and how to help.
Sorry, the government's going to do instinct classes.
Help one another and how to build homes for one another.
So shut the churches, I guess is what you're saying.
And how
so fuck Jimmy Carter. Oh, wait, sorry, build homes for one another? And you shit on Jimmy Carter? It's called Habitat for Humanity. It exists. Here's a good idea. Why the fuck are you doing your show and not out with a hammer and nail?
To treat one another with more medical care. The amount of money that goes in NASA. Listen to what he says right in your face. Right in your face.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth.
Stop.
No.
Rewind.
Wait till he finishes the statement. And we're going to what?
Play it again.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome.
That's what he meant. At the same time. You dumb motherfucker. This is the first time we're going to have people sent to the moon and have people in low Earth orbit. They're talking about how they're going to communicate from the fucking moon. God damn, these people are shit. Oh.
Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome. One of the things that we most asked for and look forward to is we are going to do a crew conference between Integrity and the International Space.
That's what he's talking about. They're talking about deep space communication. We didn't have a space station when we had Apollo.
Station, the crew that's up there.
So, hey, what more do you need? So you're going to tell me this guy from NASA that you fund,
God damn, this is so lame. This is so fucking lame. Please, someone send this as an intervention. Send this clip to Brewer. Brewer, hey, dumb fuck. What he is saying is this is the first time we've had people at the moon and people in low Earth orbit at the same time. During Apollo, we did low Earth orbit missions, and then we did trips to the moon. We didn't have them at the same time, so they can't communicate. And that's the point. They were testing a communication between those two things because as we continue sending and building on the moon, which is the goal, they'll be able to communicate back and forth without having to bounce through fucking Houston to do it. That's the test they were doing. They did a data test, they did all this stuff, and it is probably the biggest science aspect of this that was untried. God damn, this is dumb. Fuck you, you lazy bastard. Do not inflict your level of stupid on the world like this, you dick. Listen to his whole sentence. This is the first time we've had humans going to the moon and in low Earth orbit at the same time. So they're looking forward to communicating. The fact that this asshole saw like a fucking cap cut TikTok, slice of this and is like, gotcha. Rockets are fake. We live under the firmament. The sky is painted. The stars are fake.
Too fun. You're out there busting your chops paying over $4 a gallon for gas because someone might build nuclear weapons. Fear. Bad guy. Boogeyman. Kill the boogeyman. Kill that boogeyman. Kill this boogeyman. We're number one. We're free. Fight for
this guy voted for Trump, by the way.
Freedom. Hey, they're deprived. Hey, they're held down. Hey, we need to fight over there. We need more.
I love how these assholes start to try and sound like Democrats as soon as they get backed into the corner by the fact that Trump did everything he said he was going to do. And they're like, I had no idea.
This is there. Hey, blah, blah, blah. We're going to the moon. Quack, quack, quack. Get your red nose and start quacking. Put on there. You're going to tell me.
Yes.
A guy from NASA.
Quote him. Quote him, you dumb motherfucker. Do it. Quote the whole sentence. Don't just grab, we'll have people, first time humans are going to the moon. You can't just take that slice. You got to take the whole fucking sentence. Quote the whole fucking thing. You dumb motherfucker.
Said, this is our first time going to the moon. So
Jesus Christ. No, he fucking well did not. He said this is the first time we have humans going to the moon. At the same time, we have people in low Earth orbit. Words. English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And nobody corrected it? So then it brings you back to, of course we didn't go to the moon. And I know some of you want to hold on to and believe everything you've seen on television, blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. He just, how do you explain what this banana just...
Jesus Christ. Hold on one second. I don't, how the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let's take this out of there. Yeah, this is where the fucking all right. Shit. Okay. This is one of the most ridiculous and bitterly stupid takes on this that I have seen. I mean, we had two flat earthers bitching about this when it was taken off. Yeah. Holy fuck.
Said it's our first time on the moon. It's pretty awesome. It's first time man is good. He said it right in your face.
No, he didn't, dumbass. He said it's the first time at the moon while we had humans in low Earth orbit at the same time. Okay. You know what? I take it back. The internet needs more of this shit. Good Lord. By the way, he's got 600,000 subscribers, so subscribe, will you? Help a brother out. Good God. Now, we're not out. I got 20 minutes left, so we got time for a little more stupid. Joint venture deal with Iran? President Trump teases joint venture deal with Iran to make millions by taxing Strait of Hormuz. What?
Last night, President Trump and the Iranian government announcing a 2-week ceasefire following 38 days of
Which died in about 8 hours.
major combat operations in what was dubbed Operation Epic Fury.
That's pronounced Epstein Furry.
This comes after President Trump announced, quote, a whole civilization will die tonight, yesterday morning, if Iran did not, quote, open the fucking strait, referring to the Strait of Hormuz, where...
Oh, okay. I thought they would discovered one, another strait. Sounds like it would be in Scotland.
20% of the world's oil supply.
The fucking strait. Right? Just take your fucking boat right through the fucking strait, right?
Once flowed before Iran shut it down. Iran doing this was one of the risks that our military fronted for President Trump before he began Operation Epic Fury. He apparently overruled them on those objections and did it anyway. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth this morning declaring victory and referring to the conflict in the past tense. Watch.
Other presidents marked time and kicked the can down the road. President Trump made history. From the strike that took out Qasem Soleimani, to tearing up the disastrous Obama-Iran deal, to the precision campaign that obliterated Iran's nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer, to the decisive military victory we just achieved in Operation Epic Fury. No other president has shown the courage and resolve of this commander-in-chief.
But Chairman of the Joint Chiefs
Meg is not pleased.
of Staff, Dan Raisin-Kane, reminding us a ceasefire does not necessarily signal the end of a conflict, and that the U.S. military is ready to
I thought Gaza's fine, right?
resume operations at a moment's notice, and they may need to. Watch.
Over the course of 38 days of major combat operation, the joint force achieved the military objectives as defined by the president. We welcome the ongoing ceasefire, and as the secretary said, we hope that Iran chooses a lasting peace. But as Secretary Hegseth said, let us be clear, a ceasefire is a pause, and the joint force remains ready if ordered or called upon to resume
Somebody
combat
turn off
operations
Hegseth's mic.
with the same speed and precision as
Can
we
someone please
demonstrated
turn off
over the
Hegseth's
last 38 days, and we
You can
hope
hear
that
that.
is not the case.
President Trump, for his part, sounding thrilled and ready to do business with Iran. Here he is shortly after midnight on Truth Social. Quote, a big day for world peace. Iran wants it to happen. They've had enough. Likewise, so is everyone else. The United States of America will be helping with the traffic buildup in the Strait of Hormuz. There will be lots of positive action. Big money will be made. Iran can start the reconstruction process. We'll be loading up with supplies of all kinds.
Of their military?
And just hanging around in order to make sure that everything goes well. I feel confident that it will. Just like we are experiencing in the U.S., this could be the golden age of the Middle East, unquote. Okay, I'm sorry, but
You tell him, Meg.
Know that this is what President Trump does. He tries to put the most positive spin on very unfortunate situations, and that is what he's clearly doing here. It's as if we didn't bomb them to smithereens. It's as if we didn't start a war and bomb Iran for the past 38 days.
So crazy.
That cannot be undone with a sunny tweet.
No.
Or Truth Social.
No.
Because already things are going south on this ceasefire. All right. I'll get to that in 1 second.
Please.
By the way, it's still totally unclear what exactly has been agreed to.
I know.
And even what exactly we're willing to negotiate.
What are we negotiating?
And how open is the Strait of Hormuz? Because Fox News' Jennifer Griffin, citing Iranian state media, is reporting that Iran allowed 2 tankers through, but, quote, they will block the strait as long as Israel attacks Lebanon. And this just breaking from Fox News' Trey Yingst. Iranian state media reporting the passage of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz has been stopped after Israeli strikes in Lebanon.
Oh,
now,
no.
the issue of Lebanon is very sticky.
God.
Because at first, it appeared, we thought, that part of the ceasefire was Israel would stop bombing them.
Yes.
Would stop bombing Lebanon. But then Israel continued bombing Lebanon.
They did?
And came out and said, we're not part of this.
Oh, my God.
We didn't agree to that. It's not part of it.
I didn't think
we can bomb Lebanon all we want.
Sister.
And then Iran said, what? We thought Lebanon was part of it. And now here we are at 12:04 on Wednesday.
Yeah,
with,
what do you even...
the strait closed again. Because our good friend and special ally, Israel, is fucking up the ceasefire.
Oh, my dear.
Within 12 hours of it being struck.
That's not enough.
They're bombing Lebanon. So the strait is closed again.
Great.
Our special good friend that got us into this war and
Friends
really
like
doesn't
these.
want us getting out. Really doesn't want it.
No, dude, they do
Netanyahu's
not.
already taking political fire back at home, saying this is the worst situation that we've ever been in.
so
like what
bad.
you've done here,
It's
you've
so
unleashed
bad.
a war. Now you're going to end it on these conditions.
Tell him, Meg.
I mean, the 10-point plan would be amazing.
Yes, it
would be
would.
amazing for Iran.
Yeah, not for
we're
us.
like, sounds good. I know why we're like, sounds good, because President Trump's poll numbers are going through the basement.
That's right.
They're like on,
Right
on
in
a
a comic ping pong.
nosedive. As fast as Artemis went up, his poll numbers are going down.
You should talk to Jim
So he had to
Brewer
get out
about
of this,
that,
and I support him getting out of it. Don't get me wrong, but I can see why Israel's concerned.
Yeah. Because now what?
Okay,
right?
By the way, the 10-point peace plan
So true.
includes end to Israeli strikes in Lebanon.
Oh my God.
We haven't agreed to all of these things yet.
Any
should
of
point
them.
out, but
Most of them.
They want the sanctions off of Iran.
What?
They want the
What else?
Strait
What
of
else?
Hormuz open. This is Iran's points.
They don't want it open. They're gonna.
Iran to be able to impose a $2 million fee per ship
Yeah, that's what they want. Right.
Going through the Strait of Hormuz.
Sure.
They want a guarantee
Reparations?
that they won't be attacked again.
Oh,
they want a
non-aggression,
permanent end
right.
to war.
Right.
And
Where's the fun in that?
They want a lifting of all U.S. sanctions on Iran. Lifting of all U.S. sanctions.
You wish.
Now, Iran is not going to like that. I mean, Israel is not going to like that, and they don't like
Trump's
that.
not going to like that.
So
I don't
it's
like
a very
that.
precarious
do I like
situation.
It? I do.
Israel doesn't like the deal. Israel appears to be violating the deal. Israel's bombing Lebanon. President
Like a
Trump
bunch
this
of
morning
jerks.
telling ABC News' Jonathan Karl that the U.S., when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, well, it's going to be a joint venture.
I know.
It's now going to be a joint
What is
venture. So we don't know
that?
what's happening with
What
the strait.
is that? What is that?
But this thing is very precarious. How is
it
it going to be a
is.
joint venture between us and Iran
I don't
in
even
administering
know.
these
Do we have a
tolls
contract
that
or
are being slapped on ships
Are we
going
going
to
to
the
put one of
Strait
those big
Hormuz,
arms?
which, you know,
Do people
used
get
to
a
be
card?
free. There was no
And what if they don't
toll.
have exact change,
Iran
right?
wasn't using the strait
That's
as
right.
a money-making opportunity.
And
the Gulf Arabs are already objecting to this, saying, we're not paying a damn toll.
Yeah, we're not-
what is this?
what?
We didn't agree
Yeah.
to this.
What?
How is this
What?
better for us? Iran
It's
gets
not.
richer. Our actual allies get poorer. How is this like a
This
boom?
sucks.
And if we were to lift all the sanctions on Iran, my God,
What?
it's amazing
What?
for Iran.
Yeah.
You make all this money through the strait. The
Then
sanctions
what?
are lifted.
Right. And then
great.
This is awesome.
An Iranian
Oh.
union rep telling the Financial Times the number being discussed
Right.
that they're going to charge in the strait,
Right.
which they now control, is
Which they
$1
are.
per barrel
Oh my
of oil
God.
passing through the strait,
That's
paid in
like-
crypto,
Oh
crypto,
God.
like all thieves. require.
Probably.
According to the U.S.
Dogecoin.
Energy Information Administration, in 2025,
Figures.
20 million barrels of oil and
Mhm.
oil products pass through the strait every day.
Oh my God.
Every day. Now, what is Iran going to do with $20 million a day
Put it in a
going into its
pool?
coffers?
Or throw a white
I
party.
guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
The president also telling the New York Post
No
that
one knows.
in-person talks with the Iranians at a summit in Iran will happen,
Mhm.
quote, very soon.
Yeah.
Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are expected to represent.
I'm sorry. This is fucking. I mean, I'm enjoying Meg's breakdown emotionally. They even played a clip from her on the news earlier because she wigged out about the. Pause this. She wigged out hard about the his threat. That she was like, "What the fuck." Joint venture there. Okay, that's where we are. Okay, that's the whole hour. Did she do? Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Megyn Kelly. Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show. We will find out tonight that shit.
Hold on. Here we go. Yeah.
Well, with the Iranians or with many Americans. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am sick of this shit.
You go, sister. Yes, queen.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I agree. 25th Amendment now.
Can't he just behave like a normal human?
He was Jeffrey Epstein's wingman. Answer your own fucking question.
I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Fucking shut up about
All right, I'm going to sue her for copyright infringement. She's using big boy words and just fucking shut up. 3D chat.
Can't you just behave
5D
like
chat.
a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Fucking shut up about that shit. You don't
My word. She's using extra paprika tonight. This is spicy.
threaten to wipe out an entire civilization.
Well, apparently he does.
We're talking about civilians
Mhm.
just casually in
Yeah.
a social media post.
Right.
You know, like I am the first to try to understand Trump and his strategy.
Oh, yes, you are. Well, third. I would say you're not. I think you're between the whoever. If there's two people in line, like positions 9 and 10, you're the person trying to squeeze in so you can still be in the A list on Southwest when they used to, before they had assigned
And
seats.
to not freak out over his weird social media posts and language that is loose and incendiary.
That's sweet. Loose and incendiary. You mean genocidal rhetoric?
Truly, I've lived with it for 10 plus years. I learned it the
Sorry, you live at Mar-a-Lago?
hard way when
I would not be surprised. How many of you would be like, oh shit, did you know Meg does her show from Mar-a-Lago? She lives there in like the tower. I gotta say, if I found that out, I'd be like, oh yeah, that tracks.
was on the receiving end of it for 9 months. And truly, I think that was a gift to me in many ways because it helped me really come to understand what he does with his social media. But
Well, it didn't though, because you went right back to supporting him.
this is completely irresponsible
Mm.
and
Oh dear. She used the I word.
disgusting.
Disgusting. Nasty, some would even say.
This is wrong. It's wrong.
Finally, she's taking the moral chance, and we find ourselves in this situation. How is anyone supposed to deal with this?
He should not be doing it. I don't
No.
care that it's his negotiation tactic is to kill an entire country full of civilians, men, women, and children. An American president so that the Strait of Hormuz will be opened. It's just wrong. It's not hard to say it. It's not hard to recognize it.
Took you a while.
I wish he would stop doing this.
Yeah, he's not going to.
He can't negotiate without doing this. What does that say about him?
He's a
What does
rapist
that
and
say
a
about the position that our country is in right now in these
pretty shitty.
negotiations?
Pretty shitty.
He's got to say this.
Yep.
He can't.
Well, in all fairness, he doesn't have other words. What? Have you not been listening to him this whole time?
Be a dignified, strong leader.
Okay, well before dignified, you lost me at strong.
Without threatening a bunch of war crimes. Like what is he? Genghis Khan? Like what?
Yes, Genghis Khan, King's brother-in-law. Genghis Khan. That's where we are. That's what we're doing. That's ladies and gentlemen, that's where we find ourselves. Genghis Kong.
What is he trying to do?
Punch his way through prefrontal dementia?
And why can't he do it with strength, threats? Sure, go for it. That don't diminish and demean the United States of America.
Sorry. Yeah, I because he has syphilis. Fourth, I think they even invented a 5th stage of syphilis for him. Yeah, he's well on his way.
In this way. All right. The Wall Street Journal
All right.
reporting that Iran has broken off direct communications with America.
This is from yesterday, so this is before he tacoed his way out of this thing. Which again, I mean, I guess part of us are happy. All right. By the way, judging by the George O'Keeffe painting that's always behind Meg, I'm concerned she will mishear that song. That is a reference to Trump always chickens out, not what Trump called your wherever, if that makes sense. Thank you. Yep, 5 minutes. I'm good. And then I got to go cook dinner for my lady. All right. Now, this is not going well, I think, for Mark Levin. He's quite upset. I pray this enemy drops dead is the title of this one.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. Only moments after President Trump announced a ceasefire in the Middle East, Iran, in fact, launched drone and missile attacks against Israel.
Oh, so it's ceasefire in quotes.
And other nations in the Middle East.
So Trump's a sucker as well as a self-involved psychopath.
That aggression does beg the question, can
this aggression will not stand, man.
Iran be trusted? All right, here with our continuing coverage, we call him the Great One himself, the host.
Yeah, it's an ironic title.
Of Life, Liberty, Levin. Mark Levin is
Mr. Producer
with us.
And this is Sean brings him on whenever Sean he's a little backed up and it's going to take him a while to take a shit.
I guess the party line is that.
Oh, right. Thank you, CSL.
That the message has not gotten down to the ranks in the battlefield that fired those missiles. I find that somewhat questionable, but, you know, let's see how that plays out. We'll know more by, I would say, the end of this hour or midnight tonight. Mark, I also have to go to the heart of what has to be a part of this deal. The Strait of Hormuz cannot be controlled by Iran. They cannot put a tariff on any ship that passes through that strait, number one.
Right, yeah, they're already doing it.
Number two, they cannot have 60% enriched uranium. The president has been unambiguous.
They can have 52, and that's it. 56. 58%. 59. But then they got to, like, shave the foam off the top.
Been crystal clear. That has been the main goal from the very beginning.
Which I think we solved last year.
No circumstances do I see the president allowing them to keep that 60% enriched uranium. What's your thoughts?
All right, I think there's some fundamentals, some truisms here. Number one, thank God Donald Trump's president of the United States, because no president would have done what he's done and what
started shit and then walked away in the middle of it.
He's doing. None.
Right, because they're not stupid.
None. Period. And that's my fear. If we're going to have some kind of deal, Donald Trump won't be around forever to ensure that it's enforced. That's number one. So I trust him. Number two, I don't trust the enemy. The enemy has shown for half a century that every deal it signs, it violates. So what's going to...
He tore up the deal. They were keeping the previous deal.
Be different this time.
Well, there won't be a deal.
What's going to be different 4 or 5 years from now?
Is no deal. That's what.
Number three, everybody says we don't want regime change. Okay, then we're not going to have regime change. So what does that mean? Well, the regime still exists.
Yeah, that kind of tracks.
Maybe not the top 3 tiers, but the fundamentals are still there, and some strong man will rise to the top, as they always do.
Yeah.
So that's a question.
Right. For who? For Trump, who you're happy is president, but apparently he's walking away at just the wrong time for you?
The president is up against really unbelievable obstacles. He is
yeah, reading, vision, his liver, his blood, his own brain, his, lack of non-calcified synapses in the front of, never mind.
Democrat Party.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was going to get to them.
That basically would rather destroy him than the enemy.
The enemy being who?
And that is their focus. Number two is woke right, self-aggrandizing, so-called influencers.
Especially that black lady.
That are used by the media to attack him and to try and undermine his base. Number three.
You mean the people who used to be with him and now are against him, which is news?
His base is solid as a rock, 100%, 92%.
Yeah, 100%, 92%, 98%. This is the best 89% you can expect from 82% of people that are, believe in him the way 75% of people would,
Are with him. That's the Republican Party.
No, that's MAGA. And therefore, you only would define yourself as MAGA if you were with Donald Trump. If you're not anymore, you don't call yourself that, and therefore you're not part of that. So it it will always kind of be 100%, right? But it's like saying Branch Davidians are all for whoever takes David Koresh's place.
There are other issues that nobody's talking about.
Well, I hope not.
And I want to raise them because at some point somebody's going to have to talk about it.
Oh dear.
What do we do to enforce whatever it is we agree to?
Yeah, I don't think he's interested. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't think he cares.
How do we enforce it?
I don't know. Send him to their room with timeouts. We'll give him a timeout.
Are we going to have a rearrangement of our military? We're going to have another base there? But how are we going to do that?
Gee, you have his phone number.
Number 3, what about the people of Iran? What, are we going to just leave them there?
Yeah, did you ask the Kurds?
There's nothing that we can do and we're going to wash our hands over that?
Uh-huh.
That to me is morally very difficult to accept.
Well, tough shit. That's what Trump wants to do. He's over it, so fuck you.
And then what about the proxies, Hezbollah? I was reading these statements. Hezbollah has killed more Americans than Iran directly. Hezbollah is Iran.
Well, then how can they kill more than Iran if they are? Oh, dear, I've got a brain cramp.
Hezbollah is firing missiles into Israel by the hundreds still. And here we have a ceasefire that they've already broken.
Yeah, it's just rude.
And so, yes, the argument will be, well, they don't have control of this and control of that. Well, if they don't have control of this and control of that, how do we even enter into an agreement? There's a lot of complicated issues.
Yeah, that's not complicated. That's pretty obvious. Like, who are you negotiating with, and how do you know they have the ability to carry out the negotiations? It's not a fine point. It's kind of the point. And it's your inability to go, wait, is Trump fucking stupid? Which is what you're really saying.
Still on the table. I trust President Trump.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I know his heart. I know he wants to do the right thing.
But his brain won't let him.
I know he has Lilliputians who are telling him to do something else. I know he has other advisors telling him to do something else. He's the most understanding, competent of the bunch, and he's the president of the United States, and his instincts are very, very good. But I would say this.
Except for the part that I don't like.
This enemy is still the enemy. They're still surviving. Their military may be destroyed, but the communist Chinese will still help them. The Russians will still help them to rebuild. And so
yeah, but he wants a good relationship with China and Russia, so let him, right?
This thing's not over.
That's them's farting words, mister, around Trump. How dare you? How dare you? All right, I got to go cook my girl dinner. So much love to you guys. Take care and check out the single. And week after next, Nerd Halen gig at the Viper Room. We got the Jam, then Nerd Halen, and then Flappers in the same week. I'm going to be busy. Very busy. So, yeah, let's throw the rest of this in here. Well, yeah, we'll go out on a tune. All right, I'll let you guys go. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And thank you for all the likes, and thank you for your eye holes and your ear holes. And where is it? Where's my, there they go. I need this one. Yeah, let's see. What do I want to do? This is a song I wrote for Friday Eye, but I'll play it early just for the fun of it.
touch is a promise from a liar. Cold as ice that cries out for fire. Reflections are words that teach me not to feel. Praying this nightmare won't show me what's real. Reach out to take your hand, maybe you'll understand. But you pull away in horror at the coldness of steel. Silver pulse, silent scream, static underneath the dream. Electric paradise, talk to these memories. Electric paradise, my future is the past I see. If this is life, why can't I feel the fall? Give me imperfection or nothing at all. Electric paradise, I see the cracks in time. Electric paradise, I am not a state of mind. Is it living to be buried alive? Electric paradise, please tell me why. Moving in circles time and again. Heartbeats in silence, no message to send. Just for one moment, just for one day. I know it was real if it all went away. I swear that I'm here, I look in your eyes. I want what's real, not photonic lies. Is there blood in my veins? Is it all in my head? Living words I thought I said. Crowded spaces feel alone. Forever is what I call home. Electric paradise, talk to these memories. Electric paradise, my future is the past I see. If this is life, why can't I feel the fall? Give me imperfection or nothing at all. Electric paradise, I see the cracks in time. Electric paradise, I am not a state of mind. Is it living to be buried alive? In electric paradise. Cut the skin, but it won't bleed. Love is what I wanna need. Sometimes I pray that I'm insane. Let me feel a little pain. I wanna rust, I wanna rain. I want something I can't explain. Not this silence stressed as peace. Not this endless polished dream. Shatter the lens, distort the light, corrupt the day, invade the night. Pull the wires from my eyes. I am mine is mine. Electric paradise, talk to these memories. Electric paradise, my future is the past I see. If this is life, why can't I feel the fall? Give me imperfection or I feel nothing at all. Electric paradise, I choose the paradise. I'll burn the quiet liar. If this is living, I'm crossing the line.
Hit the like, everybody.